So welcome to the another lessons of solid geometry. So today we are going to discuss about cones and spheres. Now in case you haven't gone through the previous solid geometry shapes, please go through them. We discussed about rectangular solids, we discussed about squares and cylinders. Now as far as cones are concerned, so let's draw a cone. Now cone is, you can think it's made out of a cylinder. So let's draw a cone here. So we'll draw the base of the cone and so you can think it is made almost, you take a cylinder. Let me choose a different color. You take a cylinder and the one surface, you just try to shrink it and make it a point, and then you get the cone. So in case you haven't gone through the cylinder solid geometry lessons, please go through them, because it's very easy to associate cones with the cylinders. So the area of the cone, so before we get that, let's see what are the dimensions for a cone. So cone has three dimensions. One is r, which is the radius, then there is h, which is h. There is one more dimension which is called the slanted height, which is this one, which is this length. Now area of the cone is, so area of the cone is, let me choose a different color. So surface area. So whenever I say surface area, I meant the surface area. Surface area of the cone is, now it constitutes of two parts, right? One is the surface area at the bottom, which is pi r square, because the bottom surface is really a circle, plus the slanted height. The slanted height is, the surface area is pi rl. Pi rl, where L is the slanted height. So this is the surface area. So where we have two dimensions, as you see, we have two dimensions, is r and L, and here is r square. Now the volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r square h. Now those of you who have done the cylinder, you know the area of the volume of the cylinder is pi r square h, and we discuss also ways to remember that. So if you can remember the pi r square h, you always think you can make three cones out of a cylinder. So each of the volume of the cone becomes 1/3 of the volume of the cylinder. So this kind of, a way to remember it. So those are the two main properties associated with the cone. We don't have a way to find the diagonal, because diagonal is basically a slanted height which you're given. Now the next one is the sphere. So let's draw a sphere first. So sphere is, so this is sort of the sphere, and you can think this is sort of the middle of the sphere, and we have, this is r. Let me choose a different color. So this is r. So for sphere, there is only one dimension, which is r, radius. All you have to remember is the radius. So with that, you can find out the area, the volume, or any other properties of the sphere. So the area of the sphere is 4 by 3. I'm sorry, the volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So where r is the radius of the sphere. So as you see, the volume, as we said earlier, is always involves 3 dimensions. It has to be to the power of cube. Area involves 2 dimensions. So the area of the circle, which is the formula, is 4 pi r square. Again, we have expressed because we have one dimension to play with, so that's the area. Okay, we have a little bit more time, so let's talk about the pyramids. Now, let me draw a few shapes of pyramids so that you know what shape we are talking about. So pyramid can come with a lot of different shapes, but let's draw the basic ones which you probably are familiar with. Now, anybody could have seen this picture because we see lots of pyramids in history or in these are the traditional pyramids which you have seen, which you probably have seen the pictures in a lot of different places of the pyramids of Egypt. So this is the classic pyramid most of you are familiar with. Now pyramids can come also in other shapes where from a mathematical point of view, pyramid it can have a base which is a polygon. So it can come with this sort of shape also, and you can have a pyramid like this. So I think you get the picture. Also, it could be even a triangle, the base. So base has to be a polygon. So a triangular pyramid would look like something like this. So some of you may have seen prisms of this shape. So these are the different pyramids. Now the volume of the pyramid is the volume of pyramid is 1/3 base times height. Now base is the area of this one. Now if you are given a rectangular pyramid where the base is really a rectangle, then it's easy to find out. But for different types of other pyramids, let's say polygon, then you have to find out the base and the height. So depending on that, there is no standard theory or standard formula for a volume of pyramid because each of them comes with a different shape. I'm sorry, the surface area. So there is no standard formula for a surface area of a pyramid because each of these pyramids comes in different shapes. As you see here, each of them has different number of surfaces, but you can always find out the volume of a pyramid given the base and given the height. So that's pretty much all the surface solid geometry shapes which we have covered in the last few lessons. Please go through each of those lessons again, and then we will take a few problems in our next few videos and we'll discuss them. So just to recap, we discussed about the cylinders, rectangular solids, spheres, and pyramids.